friends, it's Katie Steinberg here with you again, and soon to bring you this week's message from Missing Peace. This week we were at the Ponce Inlet Lighthouse and climbing that in an event we called Physical Climb, Spiritual Journey. So it was a lot of fun, and I'll share that with you. I do want to let you know that coming up this week is an event we're calling What Do You Mean When You Say? We'll be at the Bailey River Bridge House, which is at the corner of Granada and Beach Street here in Ormond, and talking through the ways that we talk about faith, life, God, spirituality, the words that we use to describe these things, and then what do we mean by them, and maybe even looking at some of the language of the traditional church and what do they mean by the things that they have said to describe those major elements. So that's what we're doing this coming week. The next week on the 18th, we're throwing a Valentine's party for Avante Assisted Living Facility. So we'll be meeting there at the campus, and you can find more information about those events and others on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, or by texting PEACE to 33222 to get the latest updates of where we're going to be each week. But without further ado, here's this week's message from Missing Peace. This event and the tall, sweeping building at the center of it is so rich with metaphor that it's hard to know where to start. That said, let's start internal and work our way out. The lighthouse and its long, swirling circles of stairs inside is undeniably a journey. For those of you who have walked the labyrinth with us in Central Park, this exercise could be done in a similar way. Thinking of the journey up and down as your journey through life. Take in the challenges, the quickening heart rate and breathing, the need to stop and take a break. The sense that you're going in circles and not making any progress. And then the dizzying sense of looking down and realizing just how far you've come. Just how far away your starting point really is. Maybe that brings up an, oh crap, what have I done with it? Maybe it brings a sense of accomplishment. Look how far I've made it. And then that top of the mountain moment, I did it. With its sweeping 360-degree vistas that are your reward for making it this far. Pause there. Breathe deeply. You made it. But at some point, you have to make the trip back down. And for many of us, it will feel harder than the way up. That hardly seems fair. The first half, the climbing, that was supposed to be the hard part. But as we take the steps back down, we're forced to revisit all that we did to make it this far. We're forced to look down and steady our feet instead of just keeping our eyes on the prize. That was all we thought we wanted. That represented the highest achievement. That seemed to be the goal. But we don't get to stay there forever. Wow. If that's not life, if that's not a strikingly accurate metaphor for this wild and woolly journey we're on in this life, I don't know what is. And what a lovely gift to be able to put our physical selves into such a beautiful metaphor and allow our bodies to experience in miniature some of what our minds and our hearts are pedaling through all the time. I hope that it provides a deep look inside and out, uniting, even if just for a moment, heart, mind, and strength. Perhaps that's enough. And if it is, stick there and hold on to that. But I couldn't help but think of another layer over the top of the one that also seems appropriate. See, the functionality of the lighthouse is not just to be climbed and experienced by those inside. It's not merely here as your ladder into the sky and the beautiful views that await you there. Lighthouses act as a beacon, not for the people inside them, but for those out to sea. It is a guide to help lead journeyers to safety, to beckon the sailor to their destination. It represents hope and home. The first glimmer of a lighthouse from sea inspires a deep exhale of the insecure, bated breath of sea travel. It represents completion. It's not a far leap to apply that to life too. Who are the guides for you? Who are those beacons that help keep you on the path, that help keep you safe? I'd venture to guess we could all point to the guides, the organizations, the readings, the teachers, all those things along the way that were the bright light calling us toward home and toward hope. Stay with me here, but it occurs to me there's a larger story at work here when we overlay these two metaphors. When you're in it, slogging through it, you can barely wrap your head around how it functions on a larger scale. The beacon your life is creating, how it matters to a bunch of people you may never even know. You just keep going and doing it, worrying about if you'll make it and why it's so hard, how it's dizzying and scary at times. You may not get to know just how much your journey matters, just how much it represents, but it might be a beacon of light, a promise of hope and home, calling people to safety. So here's your invitation as you walk the lighthouse. As you go up, leave some things on the steps. Try to leave, just for a moment, your fears, your worries. If you're having trouble naming them, start inside and work your way out. Start with the personal, physical, and emotional things you want to leave behind. Then maybe work your way out to the worries you have over family, community, country, and the world. Now don't worry. You can pick them back up on the way down if you decide you want them back. But for just a little while, see if you can let go of some of the baggage and make yourself a bit lighter for the journey. Once you're at the top, just enjoy it. Take it all in. Breathe deeply. Appreciate all this beautiful creation, and when you're ready to take the journey back, I invite you to pick up some new things, to start to think about what you're grateful for. Again, if you need help naming them, start inside with the physical and emotional things for which you are grateful. Then maybe work your way out to the gratitude you have for family, community, country, and the world, for all of those beacons of light across your journey. This is not for a grade. No one will be judging or accounting for how you do this journey. These are invitations, not expectations. And to the extent they make sense to you to engage, enjoy them. And when it's all done, you can come back to the bottom of the lighthouse and look toward your next journey. Amen. I hope that was valuable, and I invite you to take some time to go down to the Ponce Inlet Lighthouse. It's amazing and beautiful, or any lighthouse that maybe is near you, and revisit this meditation as a way to guide yourself through it and make it not just a physical climb, but also a spiritual journey as well. Once again, you're invited to join Missing Piece in the flesh sometime. This Sunday, the 11th, we will be at the Bailey River Bridge House at the corner of Granada and Beach Street. And the following week, we'll be at Avante Assisted Living Facility, which is on Nova Road here in Ormond Beach. If you want more details on those events, please tune in to Facebook and look at our events, or you can follow us on Twitter or Instagram or YouTube, or text PEACE to 33222 and get a weekly update about where we are and what we're doing. Grace and peace, friends.